Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So let's dive straight into an update on just specifically IBC channels, and I think we all need to understand a little bit better exactly what the IBC channels are, what they did and things like that. So they're inter-blockchain communications, and it's a protocol that allows sovereign blockchains on the Cosmos ecosystem to communicate and transfer data between themselves, and that is the most simplest way to explain it. The IBC channel set is like a relayer, and it runs between all of the different chains that are using it. Without it enabled, it shuts down a whole, world to us, and we'll be getting onto that specifically shortly. But USTC in itself was so successful because of the specific fact that there's not many stable coins out there. People don't trust stable coins as it is. They like to know what they're backed by and all different things. There was many algorithmic stable coins that came before USTC, and they all suffered the same fate as the one before. But USTC was different, and it really did. It was UST at the time. It really did, show people and get involved in retail and show that this could be done if it was done correctly. And because it was so successful, let's go over to the map of zones. I'm going to leave a link to this in the description so you guys can easily check it out. I'm going to click on Terra, and as you can see, it's highlighted our blockchain, and it's highlighted all of the ones we can communicate with IBCs. And because they're not open, we can't communicate with one of these. But a lot of these different ones we're using UST to do loads of different things. And then the whole mint to burn, or burn to mint, depending on which way you did it, was highly successful. It was in itself, I think the word's hyper-deflationary. So, but the weirdest thing about it is that it would never change. So like I explained before, for what you would take away from Luna at the time, you would add to UST. And then from what you would take from USTC, you would add to Luna, meaning that it would never change, but at the same time, it was consistent. There was always value to be made. There was always a use case there. So the key to our future is definitely in UST or an AFT token or something similar that's similar to a stable coin in some sense, if not a stable coin, again, an algorithmic one to be precise, because there's just none of them out there that ever worked, and this one seems to have worked if they could iron out the kinks. And IBCs is a hurdle we need to get through, and we need to get over this, so then we've kind of got this clear run with USTC to actually focus solely on USTC. I think IBCs have always been a very huge concern to people because it does help out. If you've got Wrapped Luna, it will open up all the doors again with Wrapped Luna, and it will allow Wrapped Luna holders to do something with all those coins, which in itself is huge because we're helping another community, because Wrapped Luna in itself is its own community, and it's the same as USTC holders. They're all their own. Kind of getting too excited, let's smack in the microphone. They're all in their own little communities, but we need to make sure we are working as hard as we can to keep us all together, keep us all in the same mindset, because the people who hold Luna and stuff like that is also a huge misconception, because they're just us. They are people from before the capitulation. And I think there's a lot of good stuff that's going to be coming for USTC in the future. And one of those would actually be Do Kwon's plan to make USTC holders whole again, and this was discussed in the coinage interviews and the second episode. You're more than welcome to go check that out, and it even has the little bookmark links at the bottom, so you can literally scroll to them, or highlights, whatever you want to call them, and you can hear it from his own mouth. But the LFG Guard themselves have also tweeted out about making USTC holders whole again. So I think on that front, that when that starts to happen, that will provide a more positive front. And then hopefully by that time, we're past IBCs. We're at the point of, figuring out what we're doing with USTC, if we're getting involved, if we're not. And it could all work to our benefit and work for the greater good of what this movement is, because timing is always key. If you can time your things with other big events at the same time that are similar to yours, it will help the reach. It will get people more talking in the town about, you know, the movement, Lunar Classic, USTC, and making USTC holders whole again is going to be, it's heartwarming. And who doesn't like a comeback story? I mean, Lunar Classic in itself is a huge comeback story, and Bitcoin is currently moving upwards, but in a sense of it's just breached 20k. So if it moves up to say like 22k, it's likely that we're going to follow. And all the people who do like technical analysis and stuff like that will say to you, this is likely a cup and handle pattern playing out, this being the cup and then the handle a play out, and it'll either shoot upwards or shoot downwards depending on the pennants it prints and things like that. I'm not a technical advisor, but it does look healthy, and there are good signs in crypto, but there's also negative signs in crypto. So you can never ever judge anything for what it is for face value. You just have to kind of go with the flow and try and take profits where you can. And taking profits is totally normal, guys. I feel like if people took more profits, we'd have less angry people out there. So I'm going to start doing more coverage of the moves that I make during these kind of like pumps, where I will have likely on this pump sold out a little bit of my 2 million here just to sort of, you know, try and make some money, purchased it back in, rode it up again here, and then sold it and let it run back down, so to speak. So it's all about taking profit and understanding that crypto goes up and crypto goes down. It will never ever hold a fixed price unless it's a stable coin that's designed to hold a fixed price. Crypto's not like that. It's one huge experimental asset, and I think a lot of people get themselves confused thinking they're going to be able to invest £1,000, and it's totally safe. Nothing can happen to it, and you're getting involved in a totally experimental system. I mean, the regulation in crypto is 0 to none as it stands, and that's why they want to heavily regulate it and tax it and all the different things like that. So IBCs are huge, guys. I can't stress that enough, and I think it's the next big step towards the not end road, but the end goal of getting to USTC, getting USTC fixed, and then looking at the system and allowing it to flourish. So I know a lot of people are probably sat watching the transactional volume the same as I am, and I'm just not seeing what this tax reduction should be doing, if that makes sense. So we've got the last 30 days and it just seems to be, you know, exactly the same. You've got, you know, it looks very like a very similar bar chart apart from in here. And the volume's kind of just doing what it was always doing anyway. So there's a lot of people I've noticed that are saying, you know, we should have just left it at 1.2, but that's the beauty of governance and that's the beauty of voting and stuff like that. So we have got a whitelisted proposal up, which is really interesting, which is 7101. And it is the summary of the intention of this proposal is to stop scam proposals motivation in recent times. We saw a rise in scam proposals where the scammer uses external links to try collect info from victims. The biggest problem, in my view, is the ability to introduce external links on the text box of the governance text proposal. Proposals we propose to cut the ability to introduce external links on the text box of the proposal. The only external links that should be the Agora forum discussion, and I'm totally up 100% for this, that they need to, I'm guessing it's Matthew Perry who's behind this, I don't know, but they need to remember this is a text proposal and they're going to need to work with people to actually get this implemented. It will need to go through probably in the next V23, is it V23? I lose track of things so easily, but this in itself is a great idea. But do remember, folks, what I always say to you: if you've got to click show all to see it, be wary, question it, go see if other people are talking about it. And, you know, for every proposal that gets put up, there's likely a scam proposal put up with it. So just go careful. These kind of links do harvest your web data, or I do test them out on my Sandbox laptop. And yeah, stay safe. I'm not a financial advisor. Big cheer for IBCs coming in the future, guys. Looking forward to getting on track. We can't always choose the path that we walk. We can only walk it. And if we have to walk the path of USTC, then that is the path we will walk. Stay safe, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Catch you in the next one.